Hi guys, this is November 16th again. I got plenty of many articles I want to read, but before I do, I want to say that this coronavirus that's going around is higher than it was last time. So I know this is the second round. And I personally know, yes, it's real. Obviously, I had it. But I don't feel it is as they say it is. The gentleman that I care for, we officially are moving in. He was rushed to the hospital like 4 days ago. And he has COVID, pneumonia. His heartbeat was irregular. He was dehydrated, hallucinating. He has Alzheimer's. His body temperature was really low and his sugar was out the roof. He wasn't eating what and drinking. So, anyways, he should be coming home soon. It's a big change, moving to a place that he gave us, but it's at the same sense very scary. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I had dreams a while ago. I was asking God, are we going to be in there before the rapture, or what's going to happen? Well, when the vaccine and stuff was distributed and things like that, we was in a basement, and it was that house. And also, it was at the timing of us being there. So I feel that now that, because this can take us quite a while to get the rest of our stuff in, but it's going to, that's what the rapture will happen. So I think it's amazing at the times that we're in. Okay, now, I don't even know where to begin. Let's start here. It says right here, there is also talks of a shutdown, a lockdown coming that is undecided as yet whether it will be for 6 months or 12 months, but it will be the entire USA. Okay, I'm going to stop there. There's a new movie coming out. It's called Songbird. It's talking about like 200 something weeks, 213 weeks of lockdown, which equals out to about 4 years. Well, that's the whole ruling of the Antichrist, okay? And it was talking about how they have to have a bracelet and things like that. Well, listen to this. This time around, there will be many more unessentials that there was last time. Once they get everyone in lockdown, the vaccines will be given out, and we know that the military is going to be handing it out, okay? And whoever does not take the vaccine will be given ankle bracelets and told to stay home. People who take the vaccine will be given immunity passports, and only those people will be allowed to work, travel, buy, and sell. This came out, I'd say, about 3 days ago. Now, this video that's coming out isn't even out yet, and it has all that in there and more. If I can find the trailer for it, which I will, I'm going to put it in the comment section. It will blow your mind, because it is like The Purge and more. Okay, it's going to be martial law. All right, and it says, this is, okay, so September, 26th, 27th, 2019, when they did the sacrifice, they brought it back to the Mount of Olives, okay? Remember how I was saying in the mid part of that is when, everything's going to happen, the Antichrist is going to come, and yada, yada, yada. Well, I'm going to read you this article because this is perfect timing, how it coincides with the March and April timing, as I've said many, many, many times. Washington, President Trump insisted on Friday he would never put the U.S. into a coronavirus lockdown, but said time will tell if another administration takes office in January and does so. The closest he has come to acknowledging that President-elect Joe Biden could succeed him. In his first public remarks since Biden last Saturday was widely predicted the winner, Trump said he expects a coronavirus vaccine to be available for the entire population, not just the U.S., the entire population as soon as April, amid a crush of new infections that had pushed daily case counts into the record high. Okay, and they're talking about this week, the virus even going higher, the highest it's ever seen. All right, so now I'm going to read to you part of this, not the whole thing. It says Netanyahu removes bureaucratic hurdles to bring COVID vaccine to Israel. Significant progress was made late Wednesday night in removing bureaucratic impediments to signing a deal with the pharmaceutical giant Pfizer to enable the import of the coronavirus vaccine to Israel. The Prime Minister's office stated on Thursday. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke on the phone with Pfizer chairman and CEO Albert Bourla at 2 a.m. to iron out details of an argument. To this end, he included Deputy Attorney General Roy Schandorf and Pfizer's legal advisor in the call. The upshot of the conference call, the PMO said, is that a deal between the State of Israel and Pfizer will be signed in the coming days. Not months, but days. The news comes on the heels of Pfizer's announcement on Monday that its COVID-19 vaccine has a 90% efficiency rate, which Netanyahu referred to as an important day in the global struggle against coronavirus. Several other companies were making progress towards a vaccine, he said, including Israel, but still required more time. Nevertheless, one thing is clear: not long from today, it will not be years, but months, there will be vaccines that will be available for the population of the world. My goal at that moment is to do one thing: bring vaccines to you, citizens of Israel, and we will do so. This means that the end is in view. I said a few days ago that I see light at the end of the tunnel. I think that the train is already exiting the tunnel. That's actually scary to think about, because that goes to show just how soon the Antichrist is about to take its rule. Please ignore all the background noise. So yeah. And then more thing, they're talking about Thanksgiving and things like that. It's going to be, Indiana's already on another lockdown, mandatory masks, and there's only gathering of certain 100 people in certain areas and 25 in others. Well, I know with 5G and stuff coming up, they're going to be using that also to monitor those with the vaccine. They're going to be like with their phones and things. That's why they track this app, because they're going to be able to know your body heat, temperature, and all that. Well, Biden also is planning on selling us out to China, which is very communist, okay? And it says Israel installs China-like surveillance system to monitor people without masks gathering in crowds. An unprecedented surveillance system was installed in the central city of Akiva to monitor if Israelis are following the health ministry's COVID restrictions, including wearing masks and social distancing. Security Magazine reported. Deployed several weeks ago in major locations throughout the city, the smart surveillance cameras can identify if someone is wearing a mask and can even measure the distance between people to determine if they're adhering to social distancing orders, according to the report. You understand that this is New World Order, right? That this is, we're done. It will never go back to normal, ever. No matter how much y'all want it, it won't. And there's been many people wanting to celebrate Christmas early, which is crazy. We've put our tree up and everything, but now we got to take it down and put it up at the new house. So that's the only thing. Now, many people are feeling a shift in the atmosphere, and with the Israelis being in agreement with the Palestinians, we know that the two-state solution is coming. The Antichrist is coming. We got the vaccine. We got all this right here. Jesus is right here, and we are right here. So we are on the brink of leaving. But there's also another lockdown that is coming. We are in a New World Order timing. And if you guys haven't read anything about the operational warp speed vaccines, I recommend it. I'm going to read to you, hopefully not all of this, because this is pretty long, but there's a video about it, and it's 26 minutes long and 10 seconds. And it says all the mainstream media outlets coronated Biden as the winner on Saturday. On Sunday, we have 60 minutes talking about how fast they're going to get these vaccines out. Then on Monday, we have the miraculous announcement that they finished the testing more than 2 years earlier than it could possibly be done. Okay? Look at the deliberate timing of all this. It's pure politics. Pfizer Senior Vice President of Vaccine Clinical Research and Development, William Gruber, told Stat News they decided in October to stop having their lab tests for cases of COVID-19 in their vaccine study. Instead, they left the samples in storage until the day after the election. Everything about this is a planned scam. See, and with the rise on it, the thing is, if people are wearing masks, how can it be a rise? How are people getting the vaccine, or how are people getting this virus? Just like me. Well, one, it's planned. Two, they're having false positives, and it's a depopulant. Okay, and that's my biggest scare of having Norman in the hospital, was since he's 80 and has all these health issues, that they're going to speed it up, because he's had 3 open heart surgeries and stuff, and they called and said, if are we to resuscitate him if this medicine that we give him from this vaccine stops his heart? And I said, as long as he's not going to be a vegetable, yes, because that's his wishes. And so, I mean, it's all strictly, they're trying to eliminate the weak and get rid of the small, so that they're fighting people that they know are going to bow down or whatever. They want to eliminate people to so many people in the world, that way they can have more control over them. But little do they know, people are still going to populate. Okay. And I told you, didn't I, that Trump was stockpiling this for the military and the CIA. Democrat governors were declaring that the vaccine isn't safe and hasn't been tested. I said at the time, it'll be an instantaneous 180 as soon as Biden is declared the winner. They got Trump to believe that this was going to be his ticket to re-election if he rushed it. Then they slow walked into the last minute. They waited for the media coronation of Joe Biden, and now they're rushing it again. Here's how 60 Minutes is presenting this now. Okay. Operation Warp Speed. Are you ready to go if a vaccine is approved tomorrow? General Perna. Yes, we are. Martin, what's the first order you're going to give? It's a simple command of execute. Okay, and if you guys haven't seen in Canada, they have guillotines they're getting ready. Oh, that's right. Mark of the Beast, due to the vaccine and luciferase in it. Yep, because of the hydrogel. Okay, so once you say execute, how fast does it get out there? Within 24 hours. So right there goes to show that the military is on standby, ready for this, and it's all ready to go blow the whistle, at the timing of the rapture. Okay. And then it says, do you have doses of vaccine already stockpiled? Yes, we do. How many do you have stockpiled? I'm holding on to that number right now because I don't want to create anxiety, and we need to work through the details. A month from now, I'll have more. They're ready to execute. He may be talking about delivery when he says execute, but that has some sinister subtext for those of us who have been paying attention for the last 239 days. You understand where it says execute of the delivery? Okay, that reminds me of the Revelation 12 sign at the birthing of the baby. Okay, because at the timing when all this comes out, it is the Satan that comes and gets his 42 months. He's the one that's going to get this out. And that's why I know without a shadow of a doubt that we are at the ending of the birth pains and the tribulation about to begin. And the tribulation's only 1,335 days, not 7 years. The first 3.5 years of the tribulation we are in now, which is called the birth pains. Whether you want to argue with me or not, I've showed numerous scriptures proving that. Okay, and then it says, we've seen the executive orders, the masks being made mandatory, and the lawyers demanding that the vaccines be made mandatory as well. We're going to keep going down, down, down. It says, we've told by our world leader, Bill Gates, that since the very beginning of this, you're not going to get back to your normal life until you have the vaccine. I've said that many times too. Nothing will go back to normal until the rule of the Antichrist and you bow down and submit to him. It's the only way you're going to live. They've locked you down, and they'll keep you that way until you take the vaccine. You won't be able to travel, work, go to school, or shop until you get the vaccine. Okay, I could keep going, but this is another 3 to 5 pages long. So I'm just going to have all this information in the descriptive box. You guys, this is very critical time that if you are not saved, it is time that you get saved. 1 Corinthians 15, 1 through 4, the death, the burial, the resurrection. the ABCs of salvation: admit you're a sinner, believe that Christ says who he is and that he died and rose again, and commit your life to him. Give up your old life. In order to go to heaven, you have to be born again. And you're not promised tomorrow. So I leave with this message. Please pray over this as always. You can read about all this stuff where we're at in Revelation 6. You can read it in Revelations 12 and 13, 16 and 19, and 21. As well as the book of Daniel 9, the book of Daniel 7, and lots of other scriptures. So God bless you guys and have a marvelous evening.